Welcome back to Instant Anime.
Just Add Music.
I'm Jimmy.
I'm Sarah.
Thanks for joining us. If this is your first time listening to Instant Anime, this is the podcast where Sarah and I listen to a song and then make an anime for it instantly.
Woo!
Wow. What we do is we take 5 minutes after listening to a song and make our own individual animes for it.
Pretending the song was the theme.
The song today is What's My Name by Tiara. T-Ara. Tiara.
Mm-hmm.
Tara?
I think it's
Tiara.
Tiara.
We've done that. We've listened to the song. We recommend you do the same before, after, at all.
I love this song, so I'm just gonna double down that you should listen.
It's a good song. We recommend listening to all the songs just so you kind of get the vibe we're going for.
Totally.
And we've done that. We made our instant animes, and now we make a less instant anime by combining them into one idea, which is called a mega anime, which is a roundabout way of saying that we drop some stuff, lose some stuff, add some stuff, and
create
make
a whole new beast.
one holistic demon.
You get at least one anime, possibly three.
Possibly 3 incomplete animes, but one one total anime with a title, and we cast ourselves at the end, and a bunch of stuff happens
In between.
I mean, not a bunch of stuff. Mainly one thing is when we make anime.
A lot of chattering happens.
But yeah, thanks for listening. We go on some tangents sometimes. I think we're pretty task-oriented here. Been playing a lot of Among Us. You gotta complete those tasks. No imposters here.
Love that game because of the tasks.
Yes. When you're the imposter, you're just like, how can I fuck up being the imposter as soon as possible? No, you tried.
I do try.
It's hard because we weren't actually muting ourselves. We were just trying to be quiet, and everyone's like, hey, I'm scared.
Wait a minute, Sarah's not talking. That's suspicious. I'm like, I'm trying to follow rules.
We started playing legit later.
Yeah, it took a while, but
recommend, though. It's free on phones and stuff, and too many people are playing, so it's hard to play anyways. But
enjoy.
recommend it. I'll start with my idea first for the song What's My Name by Tiara. In Spotify, it's just the Korean, so we had to search it up. But it's the name of the album. So
Which
it
also
works out.
confirmed that there's a music video.
Exactly.
Which is exciting because we haven't had so many lately.
No, I think Lucy had one, the last one, and then
It's been a while.
we've had a dry run. Or no, that's not the
Continue with your idea.
drought of, yes, there we go. Something dry. My idea is as follows. Your relationship was going great until you were cursed by a traveling fortune teller. After being told to be more selfless. Also, to preface, I didn't actually write this, but this is a person who's being shitty in a relationship and being very selfish.
So they're the Scrooge?
Yeah, they're
Okay.
the Scrooge, but it's not 3 ghosts, it's one traveling fortune teller. After being told to be more selfless and to open up in their relationship, yeah, they're doing the classic
All about
this person
me
likes me. Exactly. As soon as your significant other opened a door for you, a physical act of selflessness for them, be it small, you, of course, being selfish, walk through, no reason,
Don't say thank you?
sup, don't say thank you.
Oof.
You walk through, you enter a different world with a different significant other. The act
Whoa.
of the previous significant other doing something for you and you not thanking them has activated a part of the curse. Since you walk through the door, that previous relationship fades behind the door as well. Going back through the door doesn't send you back, and your previous significant other still exists in this world but does not remember ever dating you. Your current SO, however, seems pretty nice and doesn't know about the curse, doesn't acts as if you have been dating them for as long as the previous relationship. So now all you have to do is stop them from offering to do stuff for you, and you think that's about as good as you can do. Will you actually become more selfless or just become increasingly independent and push those away that love you? It's like, will you learn the lesson that the fortune teller gives you or not?
Okay.
That's my idea.
So to break the curse, you have to make the other person less selfless?
No.
Oh.
They misinterpret it. Because the door thing happens, and then it changes their whole worldview. And I'm also picturing there's, like, days where the significant other does multiple things. Like,
Significant other
they
A
churn...
or B?
No, like, C, D, E, F. Like, they churn through, like, 6 in one day.
Oh.
Because people are in a relationship doing things for each other, and they're like, hey, I made you breakfast. And they're like, oh, cool. And then, like, it's a different person handing them breakfast, and they're like, oh...
Okay.
Yeah.
So the misguided, selfish protagonist thinks that they just need to get the person to stop. But all they really need to do is be grateful. And
Exactly.
be equal.
You got it.
Gotcha.
Yup.
Okay, I misunderstood that part. So
I
thank
know.
you for answering
I
my
wrote
questions.
it, and in my brain it made sense to how the curse worked, but
Curses are tricky.
didn't
I
make it
mean,
onto the paper.
That's okay.
So I'm glad I could illuminate that for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's kind of trippy, kind of alternate timeline-y, sort of. Like, I think eventually it would, like, snap back to the original significant other, like, right after being the fortune told, and this person is now bettered by their many, many errors and blunders.
Okay, so I like the idea that once they finally learn their lesson, they're brought back to that moment of them holding the door, and either they say, like, oh, thank you, or, like, no, you go first.
Exactly.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And see, I had that all in my head. Did not. 5 minutes.
Hey, I got
I
there.
ran out of time.
I got there.
You got
With
there
you.
for me.
Yeah, together.
In the podcast, which is more important, I feel.
It is, yeah. Definitely.
We got something to put on the little timeline.
Mm-hmm.
You can record it, and it's like, oh, soundbite. Found it.
Soundbite.
Love a soundbite. Haven't had one this episode, but
It's young.
the
Certainly.
night is young.
I really like your idea.
Thank you. It's your idea as well.
There are surprising similarities.
Okay.
Actually.
Sweet.
I was trying to pay pretty close attention to yours, but at the same time I was like, oh my gosh, wait, this. So
Okay.
only to make it fair, I might as well share.
Also, this song was very, like, lighthearted and fun, so it wasn't, like, spooky. Like, yes, going into a technically different, like, dimension where you're dating someone different is weird and jarring.
Yeah, it's
which
not
would happen.
Spooktober yet.
Yes, it would be weird in the show, but it's not like this person then
It's
goes...
like Groundhog Day.
Yeah, this person doesn't believe that they're in, like, a real world and, like, goes on a murder spree or something. Like, that does not happen.
No.
That's in 2 weeks.
Yep. Give us time. Should I just go for it?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's hear it. Let's see it. Let's do it.
I'm excited to see
You can't see it,
your
dear
face.
listener.
I'm excited to hear your reaction. Ahem. Our young protagonist lives in a very ex machina. Was that movie where he made a bunch of the robots in, like, the cool house?
Oh, yeah.
Was it called Ex Machina?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So
Oscar Isaac
yeah,
with a beard.
love him.
Yep.
Let's just throw him in somewhere.
Oscar Isaac with a
Let's
beard.
Let's just earmark that.
He's in Dune with a beard. Looks fucking rad.
I mean, if you can grow a beard, you should have a beard.
And it's,
That's
like,
just what I
gray because he's
think.
kind of like an older
Getting a
king
little,
character. It's so good.
Anyhow, he's in it. He didn't
Yeah,
have to be a bad
definitely.
guy.
Definitely,
but
definitely.
he's maybe one of the significant others, who's to say. Our young protagonist lives in a very ex machina type world. So that, like, futuristic thing with has a bunch of neutrals and, like, clean lines,
Westworldy.
minimalism. Yeah, very Westworldy. And they can't seem to put their finger on it, but something about this world is off. They obviously have a life. There's an apartment there full of knickknacks and, like, grainy Polaroids of people on the fridge, but they just can't seem to remember it.
Ooh.
Going through the motions of going to work and going out with friends, going dancing, whatever, no one seems to notice that the protagonist doesn't know who anyone is. Inexplicable things begin to happen in this life that they just can't remember. And a certain face seems to reappear constantly. But if they can find this person to speak to them, will it right the world?
Okay, so I'm seeing many of the same similarities.
I know, isn't that interesting?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. We had, like, a weird extra dimensional sort of memory thing.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I don't know why.
Ah,
We each had that with this song.
I don't know either.
But
It's very interesting.
at the beginning, they say in English, like, where do you go or why do you keep going or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I imagined someone who, kind of like, what was that movie? 50 First Dates, where it was like she didn't have a long-term memory,
Right.
or short-term memory,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
And so it was like, wait, what happened kind of a deal.
Mm-hmm.
So something somewhat similar to that, I guess.
I like it.
But then it's what's my name. So it's like, oh, well, there's a lot of things.
Yeah, I feel like that it plays into mine as well, where if you keep getting new significant others and your memories aren't updating and you're like, oh, I'm dating, and then you look at their face and it's a different face and you're like, what's their name?
Yeah. But if I was going to put Oscar Isaac in mine, he would be the face that keeps showing up.
Oh, he's the constant, the original SO.
The one that in Just Mine, they eventually realize, like, wait, that person's face is on the fridge. That's the person I saw, like, across the platform on the subway. That's the person, like,
So did you
everywhere.
determine what that person is? Are they putting them in this
I ran out of time.
weird memory hell?
I ran out of time.
I gotcha.
Honestly, I thought maybe the main character had some sort of trauma that they needed to deal with.
That's fair.
But
Yeah.
I didn't really explore anything like that. I just kind of presented. Well, obviously you heard what I came up with. So
Here's what I had, and here it is, and now I'm ready to combine it
yeah,
into a mega,
Mega
anime.
anime.
How do you want to combine
similar
new
things.
selfless dater with
Lost
memories
in your life.
Yeah, memories of a face, memories of Oscar Isaac.
I mean, I think we have the title.
Yes. We'll follow him on Twitter. I doubt he uses it. He's above the platform.
Yeah. But if he's on there, we will too.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you have any first?
I mean, I'm seeing Oscar Isaac as the original, now that we sort of solidified in mine at least, that there's the original SO that they revert back to
Oh,
after the fortune telling.
that's perfect. Because I was like, oh, they keep seeing the face. Well, the face is their original
Exactly,
significant
right?
other that they lose. And you said that
So-
person's still in the universes each time. They just are trying to get back to them.
Exactly.
So that makes a lot of sense.
So I think it sort of is the documentation of this sort of toxic relationship that our protagonist is in. They're selfless, they're selfish, they're, not giving, not thankful, not whatever. They're like a bad person that is dating, but they are dateable for reasons.
They're not a bad person. They just aren't a good relationship.
They're not a
partner.
good partner. Exactly. Yes, partner.
partner.
Howdy.
Howdy.
I played too much Red Dead to be able to take that seriously. I just can't do it.
I don't think that's a bad thing, but continue.
Partner.
Partner.
Howdy. Yeah, so I think we're sort of blending in the way that both of our ideas are sort of vague. We are vaguely blending ours into now the curse also has cursed this protagonist to forget their
That's what I
original
wanted to
significant other.
ask. That's what I wanted to ask.
And then it directly plays into your idea. And so there's sort of a face blindness sort of thing going on.
And I have a quick question, if you don't mind. Were OG first before the curse kicks in? Were they living together?
Yeah, like I feel like they
that,
were, right?
I feel like leads into mine more, where it's like, well, obviously, a couple lived here, but like who? I don't remember having
So-
a significant other.
So does the curse remove that person from that living situation as well and just supplants that with a new person?
That the protagonist doesn't remember. They don't even remember being in a relationship.
Exactly.
Is my guess.
Yes.
Is they're like, I guess this is my house, but like, what?
Yeah, I think the only
Who are
thing that
these
they
pictures of?
do not remember is their previous significant other. And
Okay.
so the fact, or like maybe that they were cursed as well, like maybe it plays into sort of something like that. I don't know. But the fact that they can't remember this person or their relationship with this person means that their job's the same,
Yes.
their living situation is the same, because there's a new person there just taking the place.
I see. Okay, so they walk into their house, and it's supposed to look like whatever.
Yeah.
But Oscar Isaac's shoes and clothes and, I don't know, bookshelf, like, it's all different stuff.
Yes, the person who is Oscar Isaac,
Who's the replacement.
their style, their
It's different.
artwork, their hobbies, whatever parts of them. I think that's a great way to maybe establish the show.
I agree.
Is show their entire sort of, like, show a day in the life of them in this relationship. And it's, like, hard to watch because it's not a good relationship.
Yeah. You can
And-
tell they care about each other, but this protagonist cares about themselves
Yeah,
more.
it's sort of like, I don't know, we haven't actually watched Marriage Story, but I assume
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like watching a relationship fall apart in front of your very eyes. And it's like they have the kindred moments and they have the stuff where you feel for
So are
them.
we just going to get, what's his name? Kylo Ren's name. Real name.
Adam
Driver.
sexy Adam Driver.
So he's in it too.
And ScarJo, yeah, I don't know about that.
I don't know about ScarJo. I don't need that. But,
Yeah.
sorry, I'm just picking and choosing from Star Wars again. But
Yes.
continue.
Yeah, John Boyega again is.
Why not?
I feel like we've done a Star Wars recasting
A lot.
like a more than one time. Yes, whatever. Sexy hunk of a man, Adam Driver, run me over with your car.
John Oliver.
Quote John Oliver.
Yeah. He'll really help you if you need some ideas for that
Yeah.
part there.
I really hope when quarantine's over, they have him on the show.
That'd be amazing.
Or at least do something.
Just erect a statue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want it.
Me.
I want
Me too.
this.
Me?
Me.
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 Me too.
Do you think it's maybe the full season joke that's going on in the season, the finale of,
At the
this
very
season
least,
we'll
they
do a
could do like
thing.
a Zoom call.
like how they did the Russell Crowe thing,
Mm-hmm.
and that ended up like beautiful and
Yeah.
perfect,
Yeah.
and just like slice of TV. Mwah.
Wonderful.
Yes, whatever. He's there.
Yeah. So
He runs John Oliver over with a truck or something. I don't know.
in the backyard.
So yes, you establish this life. You are familiar with the place that you're in, and then as soon as that curse happens and they enter that apartment, everything looks different, and it's jarring to the main character. It's jarring
But
to you,
they don't
the
notice.
watcher, but they do not notice
Because maybe they wake up early and, the person next to them's asleep. They just go in their closet. They, like, brush their teeth,
Yeah.
go to work. Like, it's completely normal.
Yeah.
maybe-
So slow burn on that.
Yeah, maybe, like, they have a picture of them on, like, New Year's Eve. And so it's dark on their desk. There's this picture. And so they don't even notice that literally the person in the picture
it's
is
like
different.
a shadow. It's
Yeah,
in
'cause
shadow.
it's just
You
like,
can't
eh,
actually
whatever.
see the detail.
It's one of those things where if you're so used to it, you don't see it anymore.
Totally.
And so,
Like stuff on the wall, if it's been there for long enough, you're just
Exactly.
like, wait, what?
and that's kind of how the protagonist treats their significant other.
Oh, shit.
Same way.
Just like something on
I'm
the
just
wall.
so used to you being here and seeing you, and I don't even see you anymore.
Dang, this is deep.
It is a little bit.
I like it. But again, not scary.
No.
But it is scary and jarring to the main character when they return home from this long day of work,
Because they finally notice something different.
and there's
And
like a
the
mirror on
person's
the
not
wall. No, yeah. I think there's
They
just
come home alone.
there's something on the wall that they're like confused by, not sure why it's there, why
Mm-hmm.
it exists, something like that.
Wait a minute.
That like triggers a memory and they sort of spiral into
Even
that.
something like it doesn't have to be a record player, but they go to put on music, and they're like, wait a minute, where's that CD?
Oh, yeah, where's that
Yeah, where's
album?
what I want to listen to? What is all this stuff? And then it's like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
And it just kind of like spirals from there.
I like that a lot. And so, I like this because you can draw different background, or, like just thinking of as an anime.
Oh, absolutely.
The apartment, like, base changes so frequently when they start getting the different significant others by
Yeah.
failing this curse test over and over again.
And what gets even scarier is that as it progresses, the things that they themselves had, those are changing too.
Exactly, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
because they're entering different relationship technically, and so the person enacts their
Yeah.
how they would run like it's not like
Different colored walls that they compromise
exactly, it's not like
on.
everyone has the exact same personality as Oscar Isaac. It is like physically this person is meeting and dating a different person.
Yep.
And this person now, the new significant other, does not know about the curse and is not
Nope.
aware because they are a part of the curse. And so they are like, we've been dating for 3 months. Like, we've been dating for as long as you've been dating Oscar Isaac.
Yeah. Which if they're living together, we might want to make it like 3 years. But
Yeah,
other than that,
yeah, exactly. Sorry, I'm into years. 3 months, who
hey,
knows?
no judgment.
No.
You do you.
Look, if you got to move in with someone and it feels right, do it.
Yeah.
Not saying,
We are not relationship. This is not a relationship
oh
advice
God, no.
podcast.
Absolutely not. Go listen to relationship podcast.
Insert name
Search
here.
in-
Yeah. We don't listen to those either, so
No.
no recommendations.
no recommendations, no nothing.
But you do you. Anyhow,
Listen to anime podcasts. That'll get you a relationship. Nope. Well, it won't do it. Yes. So that's what I'm thinking. Like the bulk of the show happening is the new interactions between the different
Yeah.
significant others
And the
how they
same
fail the curse.
sort of events happen where,
Yes.
yeah, they do celebrate New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
But, rather than maybe going camping on a weekend, they went to the city or something.
Yeah.
Like, minor changes.
I have a crazy idea.
Tell me.
Or not crazy, rather, but I really want it to be in the show.
Tell me.
There is a point where, again, they do not know there is a curse. I think they know that they went to the fortune teller and there's
Something's
something
wrong.
weird that they know is going
And it could
on.
be like, a flyer they have or
Yeah.
something they'd written down of like, hey, let's go to the fair. And the fair has the fortune teller, whatever.
But
I don't know.
they do something in a relationship where it lasts like a year with a curse person.
Oh.
Like they're in a relationship where they're doing the they're still not being selfless and thinking of others and thanking them. But the other person they're dating is sort of the same way.
Okay.
And so it sort of just turns into like cohabitation, like really awkward. And this like time jump happens where they've been together for a long time and something happens where the significant other finally is like, okay, I'm going to do it. I bought them all this nice stuff for Valentine's Day or whatever, and it's going to be really nice, and we're going to reconnect.
And then Oscar.
And then, no, the cursed person, again, doesn't, like, reciprocate or accept it, and then, a year has gone by for this person, and their significant other is now changed again, and they're just, like, a significant amount of time has happened, and I think during that time, maybe Oscar Isaac's the Oscar Isaac who just is physically Oscar Isaac
Yes.
in an anime, and he's
Yes.
not animated. He is real.
That might look a little off, but let's just do mocap. That'll be normal.
Yeah, mocapped Oscar Isaac in the anime shows up like more and more frequency as that year goes on, and you're sort of like seeing snippets of them showing up at like office parties and stuff, like they're dating someone else in the same company or something.
In the circle.
And so there's like a really weird amount of time that goes by where you'd think something selfless would have happened, like something for them to activate the curse would have happened, and then it just doesn't. And you're just like, okay, that's weird. But it's like in the show, it's maybe like an episode, but it's like a full span of time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. It's the possibility of that happening, I guess, exists.
I almost like the idea that the protagonist has set up some really romantic date for Valentine's, anniversary, birthday, whatever. They've really done it. And then, the person's like, well, I'm going to be home late, or like, you know what, this really isn't working for me anymore. Something.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of like the idea.
Like an actual breakup
Exactly.
happens?
Yeah.
Okay. I like that too because it opens up the possibility of like a sort of re-looking out in the world for someone, and maybe that's when they start finding Oscar Isaac again. Mm-hmm. I like that it just is. Oscar.
It is, yeah.
Yes. So.
God, I hope we can book him.
Oh, okay, because this could really drive it. Is they break up with this person because
The other person breaks up with
the protagonist is broken up with
Okay,
by
cool.
the other person
Cool.
who is part of the curse, And this is after they are like trying to do maybe the first selfless thing in this relationship, but it's like too little too late.
Yes.
So they're broken up with and they start going and like looking for someone to date again. And that's when they run into Oscar Isaac and are, I don't know, smitten and start, trying to treat them as an equal, as someone to actually go
But
after.
Oscar doesn't know who the protagonist is
Yes.
this time around, and maybe is dating someone currently.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's what I think happens is like they're basically rejected, but it grows them as a person and they're able to like use that. Like, I actually wanted to be nice and like give this person my all and stuff like that.
So as soon as the protagonist, I know we talked about it a little bit at the very beginning where I'm like, oh, as soon as they like open the door, whatever. But as soon as the protagonist realizes I can't have Oscar, but I just want Oscar to be happy, that's when it clicks.
Yes,
And all of a
yes.
sudden we're back at them like opening the door for
Definitely.
him.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's like basically end of show.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this
As
is
soon-
after
so-
as many relationships as we want to go through.
And they've met.
the
and we
year
could-
one, the breakup. The breakup is definitely the impetus for the final act.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. So break up, some sort of, I don't want to call it a meet cute, but somehow they literally
It's sort of a meet cute.
kind of run into
They go
each
into a
other.
house it's full of robot women.
Oh, what is this? This house of women. No, that was creepy. But anyhow, that's
Did
a
you watch
different-
that with me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That movie's pretty great.
Okay. I mean,
It's pretty great. It's a pretty good movie.
but I like the idea of another fairly long amount of time passing.
Yeah.
Where they are trying to kind of get in with Oscar, and Oscar's like
Yeah. Because I
wants
think
to be like friends, but then something happens where the intentions become clear, and then Oscar's like,
we're not going to be able to
"No," I don't know.
afford Oscar Isaac for all that, so we might have to get like bargain bin Oscar Isaac.
Poor man's Oscar Isaac.
Yeah, Hallmark TV's Oscar Isaac.
We
But
will use his likeness.
But yeah, so you have the buildup of the relationship and how it's in shambles and not going great because of the protagonist's unwillingness to be a good reciprocal partner.
And we
It's
see this by
a-
how they act with Oscar or with the subsequent people.
with Oscar and the subsequent people,
Okay.
but the subsequent people and the curse make it so that they switch to the other side.
Gotcha.
And throughout, the lessons learned,
Because we said it would be cool to start the show in the apartment,
yes.
but we need to establish Oscar first.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think we can establish the protagonist, have the curse happen, and then flash back to Oscar and sort of establish yourself with them.
Okay.
Or do both at the same time. But it's hard sometimes if you want to, juggle two characters. But if you want to, it doesn't really matter. Again, it's getting into semantics.
Yeah.
Netflix execs, if you want to do it that way,
You do.
timelines, whatever. But yeah, it's like at some point you are you're learning that Oscar Isaac's character is not perfect in every way, and because you've only had the one perspective, that to me would be when you would switch back.
Okay.
Is all I'm saying.
Sure.
Is you have this one perspective of this person, but then you have the curse activate and Oscar does their own thing. So you kind of get like a 2-episode arc of like the Oscar story
Okay.
and how they're reacting to things. I don't know. Because they're not aware of it.
We also could go a la Scrooge, and the fortune teller shows what the protagonist missed from Oscar's point of view in these.
Oh, yeah, that's fun.
Yeah. Just a thought. Where it's like you don't have to follow Oscar. The fortune teller person is just like, well, you did this.
Okay.
Look at how.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is shown to you. It doesn't matter how. I think the fortune teller is a great mode of doing that.
It's a nice trope.
Yes. It's a flashback, but it's through the threads
Yeah.
of time
It's
and
a little
fortune.
jumbly timeline, but I don't care. I think it's a cool
Yeah,
idea.
it's cool. I like it. I think that's the idea.
Yeah, I mean, we established that they've got lots of turmoil.
Yeah.
They eventually meet Oscar again, and when they eventually can accept that, you know what, I'm not going to be in a relationship, I just want them happy.
Yeah.
That's when, boom, they're given the chance
Yeah.
to make it right.
in a Deus Ex Machina sort of way.
Sure.
Do you want to think of a title then?
I think we'd best.
I think we should.
What words do you think, though?
I don't
Because, like,
know.
we've kind of got multiple
I was thinking like
timelines.
the apartment, like if
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the like main thing that's changing, or like the changing apartment or something.
It'd be
like
interesting
that,
if it was, like, the address of the apartment, maybe.
362 Baker Street.
Yes.
Do we not do the title words, or do we come back to that?
Well, it might be kind of... it's not maybe the most anime thing to just have the address.
I feel like it is almost the most anime thing.
Really?
To just have like numbers and like 666 fortune tellers lane.
Okay. Well, then let's put a pin in that. And
Maybe, I'm just saying. You've seen me scrolling through the Hulu.
there's
anime
a variety.
titles.
Some of them...
What was that one that was like, I swear it was like Fart World or something. Like it was
Yeah.
ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
Piss World. I don't remember. It was
It was
insane.
not a great place to be, I don't think.
It was insane to like read that and be like, this is a real title.
Ours are so much
We've
better.
this is an idea that we came up with.
We definitely have had a few of those where it's like, oh yeah, that sounds like something we
But
do.
let's do a word. 2 words, in fact.
Sure.
2 categories of words.
Do you have one?
Oh, God. I don't want to do like relationship word.
But what about like the timeline, multiple universe, whatever you want
Alternate
to call
reality
that? Yeah. AR.
word. Yeah, I guess
That's augmented, sorry.
alternate dimension word
Mm-hmm.
and relationship word.
I guess. I know we don't want to do that, but what else is
Let's
it
just
about?
give it a go.
Okay.
All right. You want to do an alternate reality word first or a relationship word first?
I'll start with the relationship.
Okay, let's do it. 3, 2, 1. Door.
Considerate.
Cool. 3, 2, 1. Switch. Hold.
Take 2.
Take 2. Ah, I see. And I did like hold the door.
Really? Hold
Oh.
the door.
Hold door.
I see what you've done here. You want HBO money.
I want that HBO money. They got an anime now.
They do.
Crunchyroll selects and
It
Ghibli.
counts.
Ghibli stuff.
I also think that maybe I just like the apartment.
Yeah. I sort of said it.
When you said it before we thought of words, it kind of struck me a little bit of like, that's pretty cool.
The fact that it came to me is something that does not happen very frequently.
I don't mean to agree,
But I like that we
but you're not wrong.
I like that we put a lot of emphasis on the meaning of things being in a space,
Yeah.
having, holding weight, having purpose.
And what if it was the apartment door? The door from yours that they hold open.
I think that's the moment that it changes.
Yeah,
So-
because they walk in and it's not their apartment anymore.
or they walk out and the door closes and the next time they enter it's a different thing. I think either one would work.
Yeah.
Either way.
It depends. Because I liked the idea that I said, imagine that, where the next morning,
Yeah.
like they don't realize. So maybe they open the door, it's late at night, and they just go straight to bed.
So
So they don't notice it's dark. They don't notice
But
that
then
it's
who
different.
opened? No one's opening the door for them.
They
This
already
already
did.
happened somewhere else.
Yeah, they opened the door.
They left the door unlocked.
No. Oscar opens the door. Protagonist walks in. It's no longer Oscar. It's someone else.
doesn't acknowledge them and doesn't
Protagonist just goes straight
kiss
to
them,
bed.
hug 'em.
Doesn't realize there's a difference.
They just have,
Wakes
like,
up in the morning. Doesn't
that day.
realize it's different.
Okay.
Then they come
Okay.
home and go, wait a minute, it's daylight. Where am I? This
That
is
works for
weird."
me because that's like that'd be such a shitty moment.
Plus,
for Oscar.
we could make it really subtle, but like if the viewer knew what was going to happen, like if they went back, they would notice like, wait a minute, that's a different
I think
shape
you
thing
do
on the wall.
you do a first person
Mm-hmm.
of the person and they're looking down. They do their shoes, and when they pan up,
It's different.
Oscar's off to the left, like holding the door, and is no longer Oscar. So you don't see them, and maybe like you feel like a hand, there's a hand on the shoulder, or there's a sound effect for it or whatever, like pushing them to bed, and then but the hallway's different, the light fixture is different, like it's an IKEA exploding thing now.
Yeah, yeah.
Or something like that, and there's obvious changes that
But
to the
they don't
viewer
notice.
are obvious, but the protagonist does not notice.
And
yes.
maybe the viewer doesn't notice because they've only seen this apartment like once before.
Yeah. But it's familiar enough that small changes are obvious. Yeah. To the viewer, but
Yeah.
not the protagonist. Because they don't
So,
care.
do we want to call it the apartment door
I think so, right?
or just the apartment?
Let's just do the apartment.
Okay.
The apartment encompasses the door, since it has a door.
Hopefully, yeah. That's what you can hope for.
And
in a
I
boat.
think it sounds better than adding door onto it.
Okay.
Door.
Or it could be the door.
Just scary door.
But that, yeah, I don't like that.
We're not
as
doing
well.
the door. No, that's spooky. That's if we do this in 2 weeks.
Well, it would go a little bit different if we did it in 2 weeks.
Spooky, spooky.
But we're not.
No.
Not
There's no
yet.
puppets in this apartment. Except maybe there's one SO who really has a Hummel collection or something.
And you're like, ooh. Should probably.
Woof.
Like, I'm going to go be mean to this person so I can get a new one. I
Yeah.
don't like these puppets.
Okay, well, we did it. The apartment is the title.
Yep.
Who do you want to be in
In the apartment? Well, that'd be a nice side table. Maybe just like a coworker or a friend.
Okay. Cool.
Sure.
I'll be a coworker or a friend so we can double date.
I want to just be like in the friendly-ish area
Yeah.
with the protagonist.
Yeah. So we can show up a couple times, or at least once.
Yeah.
This is good.
Be it an office party. I know I had like dancing in mine.
I'll see you later for drinks.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
Or first rounds on you.
Oh, kampai.
Okay. I'm gonna move past that one.
What?
I don't like your surfer voice.
Kampai.
Yeah.
Surf's up.
I don't like it.
It's too good.
I don't want to date that guy.
Whoa.
No.
Hang ten.
No.
Your name's Nice?
Noise.
It's from Beach Party.
Okay.
Yes, we've done it. That's the anime. This has been Instant Anime.
Just add music.
I'm Jimmy.
I'm Sarah.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow, 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 wow.
Wow, 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 wow.
Another week.
That
another.
sounded like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Yeah. Wow, 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 wow.
And all the lights turn up.
Yeah.
And you're like, which is it going to be? Regis?
What's bigger,
Is it going to be Meredith?
the moon or an elephant?
How big of an elephant?
We made an anime today. Another
Based
week.
on What's My Name by Tiara.
Tiara.
Great song.
Another group.
I didn't expect this to go this way.
No, it's cool.
It was really cool.
Pretty cool.
I'm excited to watch the music video
Yes.
and see if there's any
See if
sort
there's
of
any
like mystery,
doors or
any changes.
Oscar Isaac shows up in 2017, maybe.
Maybe.
That's the show. We do it every week. So this has been 176th anime.
Yep. Well, I don't know if you should say it anime because we've definitely had some episodes that have a standalone.
I still have anime film though.
Ah.
Like how I watched Memories, the 3 anime films, 3 different animes in one DVD package.
Gotcha.
Animated and directed now. We do this every week. We have a Twitter that I have not updated in weeks and months, but it auto updates and lets you know when there's a new episode out and when we get back in it, back on the horse, the daily grind of social media. Ooh.
Yeah.
We post gifs that are sort of like a mood board teasing upcoming episodes. That's fun. Usually this one would be like cool spooky doors and hands being held and then like
Being pulled apart.
being pulled apart. Ooh, see, I don't have to because now you know a mental image.
Yep. You've already pictured it all and more.
That's the only social media we have is Twitter. Otherwise, we have a website.
You can find it at instantannie.may. It's where we host. It has all of our episodes. The descriptions on those episodes have clickable links. We have a sidebar full of goodies, including our suggestion form, which is also found at suggest.instantannie.may, and it'll allow you to give Jimmy and I a song to use for an upcoming episode. And what's probably the coolest part is songs that we use end up on a playlist. So if you give us a song and we use it, it ends up on the playlist.
I think
all
suggesting the
bangers.
songs is cooler. Because even if it's not on Spotify, they still gave us a song, which is very nice and kind.
Why would you do this to me when
It's
I'm
cool.
just joking around?
It's cool for me.
I've been deflated. But anyhow, we have that playlist, which is on Spotify. We are on Spotify. We are newly on Amazon
Music
podcast, something. So that's...
Ask your Dot to play...
Ask your smart device to play instant anime. Just add music.
But don't say instant anime,
because they play the wrong
instant
one.
ramen anime will play, because they got
tried.
that frickin' SEO on us. Damn it.
Dang.
The cool logo and they made a podcast maybe a year before us. Hey, got it.
How could they?
How dare they?
Besides our anger, in our sidebar, you can
Fake
find...
anger.
How dare they? Other podcasters.
I'm sure they're great people.
And some merch. And I think that's just about it that's over there. Our Twitter also linked.
Sure.
Suggestion form.
Yeah.
That's all that really matters.
Yeah, that's it. Twitter, suggest songs.
It's also a pinned tweet, the suggestion form.
Pinned tweet if you on Twitter, yes. Or on social media. Other than that, that's it. If you have the time to leave a review on your favorite podcatcher, we recommend you do so because it helps us out, makes us legit. We've been doing this long enough where we want to be legit.
Totes.
Help us out. Review all your podcasts. If you listen to podcasts, do it. Take a second. I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
It's even easier now on iTunes because you don't have to write a review, which you used to have to include a review with your rating, but now you just...
That is nice.
Star rating. Boom. So yeah, if you listen to us on iTunes, do that. Spotify, no rating system. Just
listen if you want.
Whatever. Either way, thank you so much for listening. We'll see you again next week. Goodbye.
For one more before spooky.
Oh yeah, if you haven't tuned in before, we do a spooky October whole session of animes that are all spooky and scary.
For the whole month of October.
And we won't kill as many cats as Mage's Bride.
I can't believe you brought that up.
Just let you know.
I cannot believe you brought that up.
We won't do it. Bye.